Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Southeast Florida RIA, and we're here to uh, support you, educate you, and inspire you on some of the things we do here for 20 years, 2024. We've been having this awesome Southeast Florida community, and now we have the wholesaling houses now in the social media and the community that will grow eventually. So if you guys want to help us grow, uh, all of our real estate investing, real estate wholesaling, rehabs, being a landlord, everything success and money, marketing, learning. We do all of that here at our weekly meeting, at a weekly meetup. So for now, if you guys want to ask any questions, feel free. This is what we're here for. This meeting is about you. And I can tell you about me really quick. I started right around 30 years ago. I bought my first property, no money down. I had government money that I bought a duplex, and the government helped me at the time helped me. I applied to get money from the government that turned into a grant. Amazing deal. My second deal, it was a wholesale deal. I got a partner, I got a mentor, and he told me, you're so young, wholesale that deal. And this is 30 years ago. My first wholesale deal was $6,400 net. And the best part, it happened so quickly, probably a week and a half or 2 weeks. And I was a busboy at a restaurant at the time, and I say, making $30 a night full time or making $6,400 in like a week and a half. So even 30 years ago, that was amazing for me. So that was the beginnings of my wholesale business or my real estate investing business. And so yeah, you guys are here. I'm glad you're here. And if you have any questions on anything, feel free. But the inspiring part is this: if you guys are in your 20s, we just had a closing a few weeks ago on a property that we helped the guy buy. It took a year and a half. He moved into it. It took a year. He was there a year and a half and sold it. It was a townhouse here near my county in Broward County. He it was a condo actually. He sold it and netted $150,000 net. This is just a closing. His check was $50,000, but his parent he put money down, so he got his money back. But the real net, he lived there pretty much for free, and in a beautiful place near downtown Fort Lauderdale, I want to say. And so yeah, so so if you guys want to get into a property on the right time and the right market, you can live at a place and maybe sell it in a short time and then make 150K in a year and a half, not really working. You're just living at the place. Now, you might say, oh, this is not the market for that. Which someone here said, there's about 20 people here. Someone said, you have to time it right in the market, but I can tell you in a second here, how do you time the right market? The way you time the right market to have deals like like my friend here in this deal we did a few weeks ago, the closing, you got to buy it right. You got to buy a property worth 500K or 300K. Edison's formula for a long time, if you guys keep coming to this meeting, has been about 50%, depending on the repairs. Could be 60%, but that's just my formula, right? So if you buy a property like that with that equity, you guys are building 10 years of equity in like a week, just like some of us here did recently. That bought a property recently that's worth 500, you bought it for 330 or whatever. So that's amazing, right? So that's what we're about here. That's what real estate investing is about. And meanwhile, we help people out. That's our business. We're real estate investors with problem solvers. So I like to say, the bigger the problem, the bigger your profit. So the more value you offer to the marketplace, the more knowledge you gain, the more are you going to be able to um, fix those problems, right? That's why most of my deals lately, after doing this for around 30 years, I usually love the really advanced deals. Like I said before, the code violations or the probates without errors and like the tear downs and the demo order type property and all that complicated stuff. And so much more. If you have to come up, we did a deal, we had to come up with like 25K in like a day, like a few days. Sometimes that's what is required for you guys to be successful. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to network with each other and hopefully work with each other and learn. And that's what our meeting is all about: to educate, to inspire, and to support you guys in your deals in any way we can. Right. So If you guys want to follow us in the social media, you guys know Wholesaling Houses now, and we put a lot of good content there, good some of our deals. I shared a deal a few weeks ago on a townhouse in West Palm, and I shared a deal in Broward County, another deal we closed on a rehab. Some of you guys would like this deal. We bought a property exactly a year ago for $130K. This is from a wholesaler, and put about 100K into it and sold it for 400K. 400K, round numbers, 395, right around 395, 399 price range. And this is not like a great area. I never liked this area, but we got this fantastic deal, and it was a 3-2. So I always think when I'm buying a property, I always think of my exit strategy, and I knew that could be a great Section 8 type rental if we didn't fix it and sold it at the top retail value. So that's what we talk about here at these meetings all the time. As far as me, I do some coaching. I do partnering. I love to buy deals from wholesalers. And I do, if you guys want to check out for the coaching, I do Southeast Florida REIA, SEFREIA.com. And you can call and talk to one of us to see how you guys can work together. And more importantly, if you guys have wholesale deals, or if you guys want to partner up on a deal, you need the cash, you need the knowledge, it's all needed. So you guys are going to come across some deals that you are going to need some advanced knowledge and some cash right away. So that's what we're here for. So for now, I can tell you about you guys. Why are you here? Why are you here? You guys are buying some properties. Some of you are brand new. Some of you don't know if you want to wholesale. Some of you don't know where. So why are you here? What do you really want, right? We're big followers of self-development. We listen to Brian Tracy and Les Brown and Tony Robbins and all these guys. And basically they tell you, you got to know specifically what do you want, right? If you want to, like, what do you want out of us here? Like if you guys, or what are you networking, right? Some of you said you build a team. Some of you said, I just want my next deal. Some of you said, I want more knowledge. And it's all good. Maybe you guys, we usually have a lender that comes here, and he's great, a good lender, because sometimes I tell people you need two things in real estate investing, two things. You need deals and you need money, right? So as you're looking for deals, also look for money. Just like someone said here, how do you finance that deals? How do you find this private money, some good financing for your next property? Because that could, if you have money, access to money, that could probably lead to what that deal you find. Instead of just wholesaling it for 5 or 10K, why not close on a deal and either keep it as a rental or rehab it and sell it and make 50K or make 75K, things like that. So here's a couple of quick tips I can tell you guys, because this is what we do at these meetings. We support you and educate you, maybe give you the confidence to step up your game and get to the next level of your real estate investing. And sometimes we talk about some great things here, but today I thought of talking to you about more off-market. Like someone said, I'd like to know more off-market type ways of finding leads and deals. So I can tell you the off-market is kind of fun. And what I want to tell you about today, something that's worked for me really well, especially when I started. I use a lot of bird dogs. Some of my best deals that really come from referrals, right? So I would say the best use of your time is to build part of your team should be a lot of people that know about what you do and that know about what you're looking to do, and know that you're gaining some knowledge in real estate investing, and that you look for houses in distress, right? Either houses in distress or sellers in distress. So those two things. So if you guys want to talk to people, I can tell you so many types of people that you guys can find. So let me tell you, my hairdresser gave me a lead one time. That could be a bird dog, right? I know a person I met, a mortgage guy I met at a lunch place, at a sub place. I had a T-shirt that said, "I buy houses." I don't know if you guys can see, something kind of like that. And we met, and he gave me a lead. Amazing deal, like a high-end deal. So that was another bird dog. That was another lead. So you guys want to find properties offline. How do you find them? I am telling you, this is how you find them, right? And it's not up to you so much. It's more like you multiply yourself, right? You multiply yourself by just sharing what you do. I'm in real estate investing. I'm looking for properties more than ever, properties that need work or sellers that need to sell, right? You guys know I say this often. The seller needs to sell instead of want to sell. There's a big difference. So we want those sellers that need to sell. So I'll tell you a $40,000 quick profit here. I met another guy in a haircut place. Like I think this guy was kind of sitting waiting for a haircut, and he has some paint on his pants or whatever, on his shoes or something. And I said, "Oh, you're a painter." And then I gave him my card. And my card says I buy houses. And the best part, if you don't have a license, you're allowed to say cash reward, right? So here's another tip that you guys can do today. If you guys go to Vistaprint, get some business cards that say, hey, cash reward. Now, what does that mean? That means that if someone gives you a lead, you give them whatever you want, $500, $5,000, $3,000. So I guess this is maybe a marketing tip, but I can tell you guys, this was on a Tuesday. I gave this guy my card, and he said, you know what? My best friend's mom is coming from out of town. She's building a house in some state, and and he says, and she wants to sell the property ASAP, like just to get as much as she can. I'm like, cool, let me know, whatever. I meet people every day like that. So this was on a Tuesday. I forgot about this guy. His name was Tito, and he became good friends because he was a handyman, and I used him. So guess what happened? After he gave me a great lead, all my handyman, I'm like, look, you guys pass out my card. So what happened is this is on a Tuesday. Saturday, I forgot about Tito and the friend's mom. And around 10, 11 a.m., I get a phone call from someone. And he said, I forgot, totally forgot. And then I said, and then the lady calls me. She says, hey, I'd like to sell my house. Are you available to see it? And I said, sure, yeah. And I said, how'd you get my number? And he says, she tells me, and I still kind of forgot about this guy, Tito. So I go see the property, and two cool things happened. First, I was Tito, and I'm like, oh my God, that was you just a few days ago. I'm like, and the guy goes like this. They were going fishing with his friend. The guy goes, am I going to get $1,000? Am I going to get $1,000? Because my card has $1,000 cash reward. And I'm like, for sure. At the time, I had no idea this lady was going to be asking a good amount. And I happened to be one of my mentor students, and I knew everything was in the right place to get a fantastic deal. The house needed some work. The house was empty, vacant. The owner lived out of town. It wasn't like a distressed seller. It was more like, I need the money because I'm building another house. So to me, it was a done deal. And I told my mentor student, watch this, right? Because I'm going to work a fantastic deal here. Now, this was a few years ago, so I'll tell you the numbers more or less. But the other cool thing that happened in this deal that came just by a real little referral is that the owner, had a stack of business cards this big, and he had a little notebook with a bunch of notes of cash buyers, right? So no matter what price, no matter what anyone else was going to offer her, I was referred by her son, right? So she wasn't going to call anyone else, and she even told me, I saw the cards, like a little stack of bright cards at the time. We used to use bright cards. I buy houses, we buy houses, and then also maybe a couple of postcards, and also a notebook, like I said, a little notepad with a bunch of numbers of people that she was going to call. And she was here for the weekend, ready to sell the property. So I go in there with my mentor student, and she wanted, let's say she wanted $300,000. Now I asked the right questions. She came down 20K, right? She came down 20K. And then I asked the right question. She came down another 20K, right? So, and that was already a fantastic deal at what she was asking, but I just made it into an even better deal by asking two quick questions, right? So the 40K discount that I got from her was really, I came out of the property. I'm like, Tito, you will get your $1,000. Thank you very much. We did a deal. I made a phone call, and that house was sold for 40K more. Actually, exactly 39K, because I gave Tito $1,000, right? So you guys are talking about bird dogs, talking about networking, and talking about getting leads from different people. I bought a couple of deals from the mailman, right? I bought deals from my banker guy. He's like, stop putting your card here every time you come there. I'm on my bank every day. I'm like, I leave my cards around. It's like, that's really annoying after like a few weeks. He's like, I know you buy houses. So he gave me a lead just to leave him alone, right? So that was kind of fun. I go have lunch at certain places. I just leave my card around. You go to Home Depot, why not, right? If you guys have a rehab coming up, um, that's basically pretty simple stuff. But the cash reward sometimes makes that difference. And if you're an agent, sometimes I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that or not. But anyway, so you guys got the point. Another fantastic deal I bought was from an agent that was not too active, an agent that was one of those agents that was a very social lady. She went to a lot of events. She volunteered. She went to the church. I don't know if you guys know that a lot of churches, they want to help people not only with food and things like that, but more like their personal life. Sometimes the churches know that people are having a lot of issues and challenges with their property. So this lady found that out and gave me a lead, even though she wasn't an active agent. She I like that she was a very, whatever they call a social butterfly. She just went to a lot of events and she could talk. She could talk. And to me, I'm okay with the talking, right? Even though I have limits sometimes to talk to people. And you know what? I just listen. It was like 20 or 30 minutes. And the longer she kept talking, I'm like, you better give me a deal, lady. And then sure enough, he's like, well, I know this couple and it's not a foreclosure. I bought my best properties when they're not even a foreclosure properties or probates. And so that's how these deals get creative, right? And a lot of them, we still do a short sale. We still do some strategies to make it into a much better deal. And people aren't even in foreclosure, right? So that's why people sometimes don't understand, what are you talking about? How is the bank going to take a big hit when people haven't even, the bank hasn't even hasn't hired an attorney to start the foreclosure process. So sometimes I do short sales over the phone for my sellers. I do a lot of different things that you guys sometimes, a lot of new investors haven't heard about, but it's extremely important to know, to have this knowledge with you, that you have the confidence that you know how to do this for a seller, just for you to get an even better deal as you help the seller. So in this case, on this older couple that lived in a property 30, 40 years or more, house was a mess. We had, and you know what, talking about this deal from this lead, it was a $52,000 profit lead in like a few short weeks. 52. This is not too long ago. And what happened with this property was not only a fantastic deal, but I was able to do a creative finance deal because we signed a contract with this couple for, I think, a 2-week close, or 2-3 week close. And then they said, well, this was on a Monday or Tuesday. By Thursday, we closed on this property, right? This is how quickly things could happen in real estate investing when you really know the business. This is an example because we do this all the time, every day. So you guys are ready? Okay. So the agent called me on a Monday. I met the seller on a Tuesday. We signed a contract. I left. The seller calls me, says, "Hi, Mr. Eddie, you're such a nice guy. Will we be able to get $50 until we close?" Right? $50. I'm like, what do you mean? Do you really guys need the money? And the guy was sick. He had to go for some surgery. And I'm like, why don't we do this? Why don't I just give you the money? You give me the ownership, and then you guys can have more than $50. You could have, a couple of grand that they were going to get anyway. So no contracts, no HUDs. Meet me at a title company or maybe some kind of attorney, and I give them the money. Sometimes this could happen sometimes, right? Because sometimes people are leaving town. Sometimes people have some kind of emergency. And in this case, I really wanted to help them. And this was on a Tuesday, and I met them. They signed everything. I gave them cash. Thursday, they were supposed to move out, and but they were happy. They were kind of halfway out anyway. But this deal, it was not only ridiculously cheap, like a good deal, and this is what they wanted. But I just bought the property for very little down, and I got a few $100K in equity, and that's what they wanted. They want emergency cash. Now they already lived there for so long. They already built their equity. Anyway, so this deal happened by Thursday, and it was a done deal. So same thing, you're right. They moved out a few days after that, and I made another phone call or two, sold it around 50K profit pretty quick. So I could have really kept that property as a sub two, like long-term rental, but at the time, I literally spent hours doing this type of deal, like hours doing this. So I'm like, why not? I know how to find deals. I'll just get another one. So that's what's happened. So for now, you guys, off market, many ways of finding deals. I just gave you a couple of examples, and I can go on and on. So right now, I'm supposed to do this like 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't want to drag, but I can tell you, maybe next time I can share a little more uh, on more bird dog types and more deals that I've done that it all starts with you talking, and telling the world I am a real estate investor. I'm a cash buyer, and telling everyone that you that you're willing to give them a cash reward if they give you some leads. So right now, guys, any quick question or comment before we finish? We're pretty much done.
Are
Let
you gonna put your info in the chat? I don't.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, my info is in the chat. You guys can reach me or through the social media, Wholesaling Houses Now, or if you guys want anything else, go to the SEFREIA.com, SEFREIA.com, and you can find a lot more info on me and a lot of people I work with. You know, this is some months back. I have so many more new people. I spoke to a couple of people yesterday, because I'm doing an event coming up here, and they're willing to give me their testimonials. You guys, I can go on and on talking about these deals. I'll tell you again, because I say this every week, you're one deal away for changing your life. One deal away. Because I talked to someone this morning that we did a deal, ridiculously crazy good deal. I'm talking about worth 450. Uh, he got it for 120. Worth 450, he got it for 120. Now you only need one of those, and you could have the freedom to do whatever you want for a couple of years, right? So this is what we're talking about: financial freedom, um, like changing your life, not having to do your 9 to 5. And when you're talking about what you really want, this is what you really want. You guys want some of these deals, and I'll just let you, the people I work with, tell you um, either next week or you'll have it out there in the SEFREIA.com, and they're willing to give me a testimony. I have so many testimonials, you guys, but they're like 2 3 minutes. We're like breaking down deals, and I told one of them, just like when I started, there was a few gurus out there, and this is what got me in the business. The testimonials were like, I made 15K in 2 weeks. I made 30K in like 30 days. I'm like, I like that. Whatever that is, I like. I'm like 20 years old, 18, 20 years old. I was a busboy at a restaurant, barely spoke English. I'm like, I want that. I want that. So, and you know what I mean? So you guys, this is it. This is real estate investing. This is what we're, the way I wake up in the morning. I'm like, where's my next deal? First thing in the morning, at some coffee. I'm a new coffee drinker now, as in like last year. And I was just like, where's my next deal? You know, I text people like, how can we find a deal today? How can we make 20K today? How can we find a perfect rental today? Right? It's all about asking questions. So this is what I do with the people I work with and my bird dogs, the people my family, friends. Just remind them, keep your eyes and ears open. You're driving around, going to work, drive a little bit of a different area. You go into the movies, you go to the store, drive a different area, see if you see an ugly rundown property. And sometimes if you're in Florida, things get run down pretty quick, right? Like you wait a couple of weeks, couple of months, that pretty house that you saw is not pretty anymore. It turned out to be a vacant and the owner died. And that right there is a 50K deal, or is like 2,000 a month positive cash flow for the rest of your life, right? So right there. So that's what I'm talking about. Off market, bird dogs, all this stuff. So if you guys want more info on us, wholesaling houses now, you can follow us. Some awesome stuff out there. And SEFREIA.com. Sometimes I do some challenges or some master classes here and there. So you should like look into it. Um, if you go to SEFREIA, put in your email there. You can get some of our emails. We send out a few emails here and there. Sometimes we send a property. We get a deal a week. That's 1 or 2 deals per week. We send it out to our list. Sometimes you'll get some of our deals. If you guys have a wholesale deal you want me to send it to my really large cash buyers list in Florida or South Florida, let me know. So a lot of support, a lot of help here. And the goal for me is to help you guys get a deal as soon as you can, for as much as you can, right? Or even if you want, like Ava, even if you want to get a deal that's a rental, you build that equity, 10 years, 15 years of equity in like 1 week, or like one little deal. So that's the beautiful thing about real estate investing. And this is the value of education and knowledge. So you can get to that point and really quick. So my first 5 years of doing this, I was just wholesaling. My second 5 years, I was just rehabbing. My next 5 years, that's when I really retire. Like I do sub two creative stuff. Everything was no money. I have a bunch of, probably 7-figure years, and I was keeping 1 or 2 rentals per year. So I had pretty much retired in my mid 30s. And you guys, if you want that goal, I was going to say you don't have to wait 15 years like I did, but you guys can gain that knowledge and save those mistakes. So many mistakes investors make first 5 or 10 years. You can save that just by getting some good coaching and good mentoring that would kind of help you um, look through the finish line, like focus on the result without making so many mistakes and not knowing what to do next. And like I said earlier, a lot of wholesalers also sell that property and they leave a lot on the table. So there's so many, it's not a mistake, you just don't know. So you don't know what you don't know. But as far as working with someone like me, I would tell you the most valuable thing I can bring to you is not just talking to your sellers or agents. More importantly, I know the market. After being here over 30 years doing real estate investing, I can maybe anticipate the market because in the crash of 06, 07, we lost everything, right? Everything. 15 years of work down the drain, okay, pretty much almost nothing. So you felt bad for like 6 months or a year. You felt extremely bad. And then you went back and did it again, right? So that's what the value is for people. So you won't go through that, what we went through. It's like pretty much the whole country, or a lot of us went through that, had a lot of properties that were very active. We lost pretty much everything. So I will guarantee that I won't go through that, or anybody I'm working closely with goes through that. So that's priceless. That could save your years and years of work. It can save your pretty much your career, your pretty much your life a lot of times. So if you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. I'm here for the most part every week at the SEFREIA meetings, Wholesaling House and Now meetup. And awesome. Hope to see you guys soon. And again, you have a lot of my info online. And don't forget to say a good comment. If you can, put a good comment there on the meetup and our social media too. That'll be amazing. Thanks, guys.